Yo, what's up you guys? Buckle up because the internet is absolutely losing it right now, and today's topic is one of the wildest things trending at the moment. People online are now pushing a brand new allegation that nobody saw coming. The rumor swirling everywhere is that Brandy and Jay-Z supposedly had something going on behind Beyoncé's back in the day. Now, before we go any further, let's make something very clear. These are online allegations. Nothing is confirmed. This is strictly what the internet is saying, but the speed at which fans are connecting dots, pulling up old interviews, resurfacing photos, and building entire theories out of tiny crumbs is unbelievable. Social media detectives have been working overtime. This entire mess didn't come out of nowhere. For the last few weeks, Brandy and Beyoncé have been trending for everything except music. Drama surrounding Beyoncé's Boyz II Men era has had fans digging deep. It started when Ray J claimed Beyoncé refused to speak to Brandy backstage. Then people claimed Brandy looked uncomfortable around Beyoncé. Others insisted Beyoncé snubbed her. And soon enough, rumors started circulating that these two women were never as close as people assumed. From there, the internet did what the internet always does. It escalated everything. Suddenly, older allegations resurfaced, suggesting that years ago, Brandy and Jay-Z might have had a private situation. Again, this is all alleged. No one involved has ever confirmed it, but the moment fans started connecting it to the recent tension, the rumor exploded across social platforms. People online started pushing theories like Brandy and Jay-Z being close in the late 90s and early 2000s, working in overlapping circles, having chemistry during collaborations. Others pointed out that Beyoncé and Brandy were never known to be extremely tight despite existing in the same industry. Then the moment Brandy's name became involved in new drama, fans dragged up every old whisper they could find. And if that wasn't enough, some people brought up the long-running rumor that Beyoncé is supposedly too close with her longtime bodyguard, Julius. That rumor has been around forever, resurfacing every time Jay-Z's past behavior gets brought up. Fans began pushing the narrative that if Beyoncé ever found out about Jay and Brandy, that could explain why she relies so heavily on Julius. Again, alleged, not confirmed. Strictly fan conversation. What made things even messier was an audio clip circulating online where someone claiming to have industry connections said that Beyoncé allegedly discovered Brandy had a past situation with Jay-Z. Now, it's impossible to verify the clip, but the second it hit the timeline, people reacted as if someone dropped a documentary. Comments poured in claiming this explained why Beyoncé and Brandy never seemed extremely friendly, why Jay-Z always looked stiff around her, and why Solange was so protective of Beyoncé during the infamous elevator moment. Then we have the Ray J factor. Ray J originally threw gasoline on the fire when he implied Beyoncé ignored Brandy backstage. And if there's one thing about Ray J, it's that people believe he knows things. After he said that, fans went back to old clips, old stories, old rumors, and reinterpreted everything through a scandal lens. Suddenly, every small detail from decades ago became evidence. Brandy and Jay-Z actually did know each other early in their careers. They collaborated. They were young, successful, and in the same industry circles. Beyoncé eventually entered the picture around 2002, and things changed. But fans have never stopped analyzing the early timeline. With Ray J's comments resurfacing tension, people took every old coincidence and turned it into a new storyline, and the internet loves nothing more than a love triangle involving powerful celebrities. Two iconic women, one powerful man, old industry secrets, and a rumor with just enough ambiguity to keep people talking. That is the perfect recipe for viral content, whether it's true or not. As always, the Julius rumor reappeared. Anytime Jay-Z cheating allegations resurface, Julius is suddenly trending right behind him. People began pushing the narrative that Jay had Brandy and Bey had Julius. None of this is confirmed. It's just the cycle that repeats every few years. So here's my final take. None of these rumors are confirmed. Not by Jay, not by Brandy, not by Beyoncé, not by any credible source. But the way the internet is acting, you would think someone released a full documentary with timestamps and receipts. And because Beyoncé rarely addresses anything, the speculation speculation only grows. Fans fill in the silence with theories, stories, and assumptions. Moving on, I have a question for you guys. So my question to you guys is this: do you actually believe this blind item floating around right now? Because let's be honest, blind items sit in a very strange space. Some people swear they're all lies, some people trust them more than actual news, and then there are the rest of us who sit somewhere in the middle. Over the years, I've personally seen blind items that sounded completely ridiculous, totally unbelievable, absolutely impossible. Yet months or even years later, the truth comes out and suddenly that same blind item looks like a warning that everyone ignored. So you can't just dismiss them outright. But with this particular situation, I truly don't know how to feel. It's just hard for me to wrap my mind around the idea that Brandy was allegedly Jay-Z's side piece while he was married to Beyoncé. That's a major accusation, not a small rumor, not a misunderstanding, but a whole storyline that could rock friendships, business relationships, industry connections, and brand images. And when you think about the history of these artists, their careers, their reputations, their relationships, nothing about this rumor fits comfortably into the picture people know publicly. Then you have to consider the people around them. For example, imagine Kelly Rowland finding out something like this. That is a nearly impossible situation. You're on tour, performing night after night, working side by side with someone who allegedly slept with your best friend's husband. How do you even navigate that? How do you keep a straight face? How do you show up to rehearsals, do press, smile for cameras, and share a stage with someone when there is a giant betrayal hanging over everyone's head? But then again, this is the entertainment business. Contracts are contracts. And when money, tour schedules, corporate partners, sponsors, and legal obligations are involved, you don't get to back out just because you're uncomfortable. So no matter what personal feelings someone might have, you still have to get up there, smile, and perform. Otherwise, you're facing lawsuits, cancellations, and a whole world of financial consequences. The show doesn't stop even when the drama is unbearable. Still, the part that trips me up is seeing Brandy in that light. She has always been presented as the good girl, the one with a soft voice, a polished image, a respectful demeanor. People grew up watching her on TV, listening to her music, seeing her as relatable and wholesome. But again, and this is where the reality hits, we truly do not know these celebrities. We only know the version they allow us to see. People can present a completely different persona when cameras are rolling. They can smile, be polite, act sweet, appear innocent, or seem calm. But none of that proves anything. Social media, interviews, staged photos, curated posts, they only show a fraction of who a person truly is. They show the version designed to be consumed by fans. And when you realize that, it becomes obvious how little any of us actually know about these individuals in real life. You never know someone until you've lived with them, until you've seen their everyday habits, their real reactions, their unfiltered emotions, the way they handle stress, temptation, conflict, ego, insecurity. And because none of us are in these celebrities' homes, none of us know their true personalities. Not completely, we might feel connected to them. We might feel like we understand their temperament or their values, but all of that is guesswork based on public behavior, not private truth. So even though it's hard for me personally to imagine Brandy being that type of person, I can't say I know her. None of us can. At the end of the day, everybody is capable of things we would never expect, especially behind closed doors. And considering how much happens in the entertainment industry that never becomes public until years later, nothing is impossible. Still, the rumor is huge, messy, and very difficult to fully believe without more information. I want to hear what you all think about this entire situation. Do you think Brandy and Jay-Z actually had something going on back in the day? Do you believe this blind item is based on truth, or do you think it's just the internet blowing smoke for entertainment? And do you really believe the narrative that Beyoncé is just now finding out about it after all these years? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell me what you make of this craziness. Because this is one of those stories that will either fade away like every other rumor or blow up into something much bigger if even one piece of it turns out to be real. That's all I have for you today, and I'll talk to you later.
Now, I don't want to get into the semantics of it all, because if you know me in real life, you know that I am a Beyoncé fan down. Beehive me in my casket. I'm that type of bitch. But I also love and I appreciate Brandy Norwood. But for some reason, in the back of my head, I just can't get it out that Ray J is at the end of this goddamn tunnel. Call him Pennywise. I'm telling you, it's Ray J, y'all.
Beyoncé allegedly just found out that her husband Jay-Z used to frequently cheat on her with the singer Brandy. Now, we all know that Jay-Z has not been faithful throughout their relationship, but it seems that Beyoncé did not know about Brandy. And blind items lately have also suggested that Beyoncé has been having an affair of her own with her bodyguard and is allegedly living with him.